Okay, we're going to go through the calibration mode of setting up your ESCs. Now this is fairly easy, and there's a couple of rules I follow here. The information is on this page, tells you what to do here. But basically, when you go into this cannot fly section of your sketch and you uncomment it, puts you in an ESC calibration mode. Okay, so then you just got to remember to bring it back. So a couple of things you need. One is the motor pin out. So I'm flying X quad, so I've D2, D5, D3, D6. Now I number my motors ESCs with a texter 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I also mark the end of the signal cable. Okay, so that's just something I do. Better to look stupid than be stupid, I find. So you go into your sketch, when you've got your board connected, you go into your config H, you go right down the very bottom of the page, and there you have ESC calibration cannot fly. Now you go in there, you do that. Okay, you then verify, so you'll see the slide bar moving here, compiling the sketch. Okay, once that's done, you upload that to your board, and there you're in ESC calibration mode. So you shut that down. You'll say yes, of course, and I'll say no because I'm not. I haven't got a board connected to it for the sake of this video here. And what you do then is you come into here. All right. Now what I do is I go to D2, which is this one here. So your inside pins, don't forget, are your signal. The center pins are your positive. Your outside pins are your negative. It's the same on any board or all boards. They're all sort of standard. So I use motor 1 all the time. So nothing connected other than the power to all your ESCs, which you need, and all your signal cables are off and in your hand. And you plug number 1 in there. You turn your transmitter on. You put the throttle up to full, and then what you do is you plug your battery in. Now what will happen, you'll get your ESCs will do their normal beep that they do anyway, because they obviously got power on it. But what you're listening for is on that little motor, you're listening for a little sound, and it'll give a couple of beeps, a couple of soft beeps. Now the reason I don't plug all mine in is because it's very hard to hear all the beeps over all the other beeps, and you could end up getting to a point where you've sort of throttled down and one of your motors isn't quite in that correct mode and you miss out on it. So what happens? Connect motor 1, okay, up there as I said, throttle up, so your radio's on for the whole duration of this process. Throttle up, connect the battery, you'll hear it beep, and it'll take 1 or 2 seconds. You then throttle down, it'll give you a couple of other beeps, you disconnect the battery. You then take that one off, that's motor 1 done. Put motor 2 on the same set of pins. Throttle up, connect the battery, hear the beeps, throttle down, you hear the beeps, disconnect the battery, take that guy off, put your throttle up on your radio again, take that one off, put number 3 on there. Connect your battery, hear the beeps, throttle down, hear the beeps, disconnect the battery, put your throttle back up, take that one off, put number 4 on, connect the battery, hear the beeps, throttle down, hear the beeps, disconnect the battery, and you're all good to go. Okay, so turn your radio off now, it's all finished. Then go back in and open up your sketch, and it'll take a second to open up, and then all you do is go back in there and uncomment that section where it says ESCs in the calibration mode, and you're basically all good to go again. So there we go, we open up our sketch, we go into config H, we go right down the bottom where we were, and there's our ESCs. Now of course your one will look like that because I didn't save mine. If you remember, you put them back there like so. Verify again that you haven't made any mistakes. You always verify. Okay, and then basically you upload it and you're good to go. So that's how you calibrate your ESCs. Now, if you want to learn how to do your or clear your EEPROM, and a lot of people get a bit confused with this of clearing the EEPROM. I only clear the EEPROM if I'm actually swapping over a whole new sketch, say from 2.1 multi-V to 2.2 or to megapirates. I try not to do this. I think the more you mess with things, the more chance you've got of breaking it. So, but the way you do that is you go into there, you go into examples, and you go down to EEPROM, and you go clear EEPROM. Okay, and what'll happen is that'll open up a sketch itself. Now, of course, your copter is still connected to the computer, so you get this. Okay, so it's still connected to the computer there. What you do then is you go bang, upload, and it'll do the same thing like a normal sketch, and it'll just clear that little chip out in the center of your board, and which is, if you're wondering what your EEPROM is, this is this guy in the middle here, this guy, well, the black bit in the middle that does all the processing. It'll clear all that out and allow you to put a whole new sketch in there or do whatever you want to do. And the reason you do that is, I guess it's like, if you just keep adding to your program all the time, sometimes it can get muddled up and cause the board problems. Sometimes you're better off just clearing that out and starting again with a new sketch, and basically that's all there is to it. Once you've cleared your EEPROM, from that you just disconnect that, shut it all down, go back in, put your new sketch up there, and upload a new sketch. So hope all that makes sense. Basically that's all there is to it. Cheers.